The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Hell is empty and all the devils are here. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny but in ourselves. If music be the food of love, play on, give me excess of it, that surfeiting, the appetite may sicken, and so die. When he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with nine and pay no worship to the garish sun. We know what we are, but not what we may be. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players, they have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. You speak an infinite deal of nothing. Words are easy, like the wind, faithful friends are hard to find. These violent delights have violent ends and in their triumph die, like fire and powder which, as they kiss, consume though she be but little, she is fierce. Cowards die many times before their deaths, the valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. To be, or not to be, that is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause, there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might as quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickly door with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Soft you now. The fair Ophelia. Nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep, the more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player, that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. The course of true love never did run smooth. Stars, hide your fires, let not light see my black and deep desires. Lord, what fools these mortals be! My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I must love a loathed enemy. I like this place and could willingly waste my time in it. Don't waste your love on somebody, who doesn't value it. Thus with a kiss I die. O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, refuse thy name, thou art thyself, thou not a Montague. What is Montague? 'Tis nor hand nor foot nor any other part belonging to a man. What is in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, So Romeo would were he not Romeo called retain such dear perfection to which he owes without that title, Romeo, doth thy name. And for that name which is no part of thee, take all thyself. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn, and cauldron bubble. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream, there's the rub, for in this sleep of death what dreams may come. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken, it is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come, love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. With mirth and laughter let old wrinkles come. Our doubts are traitors, and make us lose the good we oft might win, by fearing to attempt. All that glisters is not gold, often have you heard that told, many a man his life hath sold but my outside to behold, gilded tombs do worms enfold. Dispute not with her, she is lunatic. Sigh no more, ladies, sigh no more, men were deceivers ever, one foot in sea and one on shore, to one thing constant never. Though this be madness, yet there is method in't. Did my heart love till now? Forswear it, sight. For I ne'er saw true beauty till this night. Life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate, rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date, sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and too often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed, by thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest, so long as man can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this and this gives life to thee. Expectation is the root of all heartache. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. Brevity is the soul of wit. Listen to many, speak to a few. Give sorrow words, the grief that does not speak knits up the o'erwrought heart and bids it break. Love is heavy and light, bright and dark, hot and cold, sick and healthy, asleep and awake, it's everything except what it is. Act 1, Scene 1, do not swear by the moon, for she changes constantly. Then your love would also change.